Today we're looking at Magic the Gathering cards that violate somebody's privacy. I'm going to start off with Lantern of Insight, which has violated my privacy a million times. It's a 1-mana artifact. Each player plays with the top card of his or her library revealed. And you can tap, sacrifice Lantern of Insight, target player shuffles his or her library. The whole point of this card is to know exactly what's coming up next on top of your deck, because the Lantern of Insight player will simply mill that card, if it's a good card, directly into the graveyard. I would prefer that they did not know what's on top of my deck. I've hated Lantern of Insight for well over a decade now at this point. Okay, moving on, we got, oh boy, with the Breath Stealer's Crypt. Breath Stealer's Crypt is a 4-mana enchantment. Whenever any player draws a card, he or she reveals that card. If the card is a creature card, that player pays 3 life, or you have to discard the card. You have to pay to keep your cards around here. So yeah, today is a show about having access to hidden information, whether it's happening to you or to somebody else. You know, we want to keep our secrets, just like Gandalf to Frodo. Can't keep our secrets with the Breath Stealer's Crypt. And in fact, if something is revealed, I actually have to pay 3 to keep it. Next up, we've got Ykill says your commander must be made known at all times unless in your library. Well, it's not really your commander if you start the game with it in your library. It's Jeff. We got Zer's Wielding. Or sorry, Weirding? We're getting weird around here. This is a 4-mana enchantment. Players play with their hands revealed. Oh no. It's super telepathy. If a player would draw a card, he or she reveals it instead. What does it matter? I'm putting it like, if I put it in my hand, you can see it. Then any other player may pay 2 life. If a player does, put that card into its owner's graveyard. Otherwise, that player draws the card. I don't like giving my opponents the power to dump my cards into the graveyard. So this is where this is actually where life gain becomes powerful. Maybe we have to have like a show where life gain is powerful, like the most powerful cards that synergize with life gain, because we just keep running into these weird cards. The player at 1 million life basically says you're not drawing a card for the rest of the game. You all thought my stream of life was stupid, huh? Well, I'm gonna play Zer's Weirding. As weird as that sounds. We got John with Gitaxian Probe. It danger. Gitaxian Probe. Well, it danger enough to be banned. Like, how many formats? We got Modern, Legacy, Pauper, and Restricted and Vintage. It's hard. It's hard. It's all that's left is Commander, but I have a feeling it's not going to make that big of a difference in Commander. Gitaxian Probe, for a low 2 life, you don't even have to spend mana on this. Look at target player's hand, and you get to draw a card out of it. It's like you didn't even lose a card in the first place, and you get to know exactly what your opponent's up to. You always best used versus the combo player. Combo players hate this one trick. Also, combo players love this one trick too. Combo players love this card. Do you have any way to stop my combo? Oh no! I guess I'm just going to win the game. This is the last thing you see usually before you're one-shot killed. We have Hexnort with the Deadly Cover-Up. Very deadly. 5-mana sorcery. As an additional cost to cast this spell, you may collect evidence 6. You don't have to, apparently, but you may. Destroy all creatures. If evidence was collected, exile a card from an opponent's graveyard. Then search its owner's graveyard, hand and library for any number of cards with the same name and exile them. That player shuffles and then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way, but that's okay. It's okay, you don't have your win condition anymore. You can draw all the rest of your deck. It's all duds. And also, I get to know exactly what's in your deck. I got to see all the new mythics that you added to that damn thing. We got Jess with Telepathy. Speaking of telepathy, Blue enchantment. Your opponents play with their hands revealed. Not you, just them. And then they can slug it out. It's a bit of a different game when everyone knows exactly what's up. There's a lot of games where I might have a giant threat in my hand, but I don't want to play it too early for the specific reason that, like, okay, I'm just going to, I'll become the target. I'll become the problem. And I don't think like I have any reasonable chance of winning the game. So I want to hold it back. No one needs to know about it. But if everyone knows about it, Well, it's not like I'm not going to play it at that point, and I guess I'm just going to lose one way or the other way. We're just going to have... Well, but I also get to know what they have, so I can play around it more properly. Next, Lestian says, notably, Deadly Cover-Up can exile all basic lands from somebody's library. No way! Destroy if evidence was quite exile a card from an opponent's graveyard. Well, I'll be damned. That is deadly. That's the most deadly thing you could possibly do. Jeff says telepathy on turn 1 will make you the target of all opponents. How dare you? How dare you remove all our clothes? Telepathy is the guy that duped everyone into believing that the invisible clothes were actually clothes all along. Okay, we got Little MX Doom. Thanks for the giant super chat. Fun fact, Yu-Gi-Oh! Has been having problems with hand peeking effects with recent releases. Also, Praetor's Grasp. Are you saying like they're OP or something? They tried to introduce like hand is it Predator's Grasp? Oh, I don't think I spelled Praetor's right. Praetor's Grasp. This card does not exist. Praetor Grasp? How would I just look up Grasp? Let's look up Grasp. There's a million Praetor cards. Oh, yeah, we're gonna look for a card called something, maybe Praetor's Grasp. Something that sounds like Praetor's Grasp. LMNOP, QRS, I'm too far. This card, oh, here it is. What? Why didn't it look it up? I don't get it. That's it. Okay, it's a 3-mana sorcery. Search target opponent's library for a card and exile it face down. Then that player shuffles his or her library. You may look at it. You may look at and play that card for as long as it remains exiled. Okay. It's a look at it card. Also, it's a you may play it card. This is pretty good. But hopefully it's a card that you can actually cast. Benjamin Berkey says, looking at your opponent's hand in Yu-Gi-Oh! Is practically a death sentence for your opponent. Oh, you have no hand traps? Oh, you actually can't interact with my turn 1 win? Well, it's over. So yeah, I guess throwing a few Gitaxian probes in that format, or in that game, super it danger. Castigate, I choose you. Okay, next up we got Why Kill with the Urza's Bauble. Urza's Bauble. Oh yeah, this one. It's a little peeksy poo. 0 mana artifact, tap, sacrifice Urza's Bauble. Look at a card at random in target player's hand. And then you draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. I don't know if there's any real practical purpose to this outside of it's like a 0 mana card for decks that need a lot of artifacts on the battlefield turn 1. I believe I own a singular Urza's Bauble for the Urza deck that I still haven't completed, but I am building. Okay, next we have a second super chat attached. That we got a freebie. Let's give a freebie to Benjamin Berkey with the Seer's Vision. Is this the Urza card? No, it's not. 4 mana enchantment. All opponents play with their hands revealed. Suck it, opponents. Sacrifice Seer's Vision. Look at target player's hand. But I already see it. Instructions unclear. I'm looking at what I can already see. Anyway, we're looking at their hand again and choosing a card from it. That player discards that card. Play this ability only anytime you could play a sorcery. It's like a really slow duress. Actually, what's also interesting, you get your choice of 3 people and you know exactly the best card to actually go take. This sees a little bit of play in pre-modern. What the hell deck plays this? What, like Psychotog? I don't know what the hell would play this card. Anyway, moving on. We've got Tresaru with the Break Open. Oh, Little Lamix Doom says, Praetor's Grasp lets you look at an entire library, by the way. Of course, an entire library. Not just a little bit of the library. Break Open! Your time has come, Break Open. You're finally on the show for the right reason, instead of being a complete goofball card. 2 mana instant, turn target face down creature and opponent controls face up. I don't know if that's a good thing necessarily. You basically forced the morph on them. But anyhow, you at least know what you're up against. Phil Goad with the Devour Intellect. Thanks so much for your super chat. Devour Intellect. Devour Intellect is a 1-mana sorcery. Target opponent discards a card. If mana from a treasure was spent to cast the spell, instead that player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it, then that player discards that card. This is a weird duress effect. It's super strange. Not to mention this guy, the last thing this guy sees is his brain sort of slowly walking away. Josara says, I couldn't not suggest a goofy card. It actually fits the show very well. It was a banger. An absolute banger. Stranger Candy with the Mindslaver, huge violation. You get to look at somebody's... I don't think enough people know this. You can look at somebody's sideboard with Mindslaver. Not really for the commander players out there, but for the 60-card players. 6 mana, legendary artifact. Pay 4, tap, sacrifice it. You control target player during that player's next turn. You see all cards that player could see and make all decisions for that player, including what's in their sideboard. They're outside of the game. You can maybe even see they're outside of the game binder. Show me your binder, damn it. You got that out. You have that the super wish board. The huge binder. Mindslaver should be on the thumbnail. It's possible. Are there any alternate arts for Mindslaver? There's actually a few. You got this one. It's a bit weird. Was this the OG? Yeah, I don't get it. Scars of Mirrodin and Mirrodin have... Did they print the same artifact twice? Or these sets came out super far away from each other? I can't tell, to be honest. I also didn't play around that era. The Big Squig says, I once used a Mindslaver to flip someone's Chaos Orb. Oh god. They should have in response sacked their Chaos Orb. We got Micah with the Glasses of Urza. I don't get this one. Oh, I'm thinking of a different, I think it was Urza Sunglasses or something. Okay, Glasses of Urza, 1 mana artifact tap. Look at target player's hand. Look at that. You have Gitaxian Probe every single turn. Maybe even a super underrated. Gitaxian Probe banned in a lot of formats. This one, you pay 1 generic mana. You can look at their hand every turn. That's value, baby. I don't know if this sees... I honestly don't even know if this sees any play. Oh, Mindslavers were printed in separate blocks. They look like they're from the same block. Okay, next up, Leon Corgi with the Bribery. Who are you bribing around here? Oh, I want the Mercadian Masks one. These used to be like a bulk rare. Used to be like 50 cents. I know, because I had a bunch of them. I don't even know what happened to them. They probably got thrown in the garbage. Now it's a 5-mana sorcery. Search target opponent's library for a creature card and put that card into play under your control. That player then shuffles his or her library. Look at that. So not only do I get to see everything that's in your deck, I get to steal something from it too. I walked in your house, came out with the pepper shaker. Something I know you're not going to notice disappeared. I always feel violated when someone plays it against me. Who doesn't? Who doesn't? Micah loves the Glasses of Urza. It's cheap. It's like $1. Yeah, $1 Gitaxian Probe. We got Jess paying $1. You know what? That's not even worth a super chat, but we're gonna pretend it is as we give it to Dark Ginger with the Elder Brain. Is that like, is this like the villain of Metroid? I can't remember what her name is. The Big Brain. Krang? No. Now I'm confusing this with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Why is there always villains that are just a big giant brain? Anyway, that's a 7 Mother Brain. Was that really her name? When she was a baby, they called her Mother Brain. Hello, Mother Brain, even though you're just born. Whatever. 7 mana, 6/6 horror menace. When Elder Brain attacks a player, exile all cards from that player's hand. Then they draw that many cards. You may play lands and cast spells from among the exiled cards for as long as they remain exiled. If you cast a spell this way, you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast it. then they draw that many cards. You may, I don't feel like this is actually revealing anything. You're just exiling the cards from their hand. This is not quite the same thing. They don't even get to play with those cards anymore. Disqualified. We're gonna have to give that crappy, that very low quality super chat. I give you my last dollar. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. We'll donate it. We're gonna donate it to somebody. You're thinking of Metroid, but Mother Brain is the main villain. All right, thank you very much. I'll tell you what you should be using your big brains on for. It is to buy cards from FusionGamingOnline.com. My favorite place to get my Magic the Gathering cards. I'm actually looking into completing I wouldn't say completing. I'm slowly building the Stifle Knot deck in pre-modern. Gotta get those cards from somewhere. I'm starting with FusionGamingOnline.com. Don't forget you can pre-order Marvel Superheroes, and most importantly, do it using coupon code Nikachu at checkout to get 5% off all your purchases, and of course, it supports the channel. Next up. Okay, we need to give that $1 super chat a good home. We're gonna give it to David Sampson, Denying Wind. Denying Wind is it's a 9-mana sorcery. Search target player's library for up to 7 cards and remove them from the game. Then that player shuffles their library. Very, very denying. I wouldn't say this is the best card to use versus a combo deck, though. You might be dead by the time you actually play this damn thing. Fusion Gaming to go get your lobotomy. You'll feel like that after all the money you've spent on Magic cards. True North says, but how can you play the exiled lands and spells if you can't see them? Inquiring minds want to know. Oh, well, no, but like, the opponent can't make use of those cards anymore. So they don't, it's like, okay, you made me discard my hand and I drew a new hand. So like the hidden information doesn't matter anymore with that last card. Okay, next up, we got Toilet Duck with I'm just gonna look up Psionic Weaver. I don't trust how you spelled that card. Very, very sus. Very suspicious. Okay, we have Arachne. Was it spelled properly? It was, actually. Okay, we got the Arachne Psionic Weaver, 3-mana, 3/3 Spider Human Hero. Web slinging for a white. As Arachne enters, look at an opponent's hand. Then choose a card type other than creature. Spells of the chosen type cost 1 more to cast. You have to, other than creature? Whatever. Alright, my counter spells cost 3 mana now. No big deal. Okay, we got Baron with a huge super chat. Dragon's Eye Savants. If it's done already, then donate this all to the people. Thank you so much, Baron. We're going to take a look at Dragon's Eye. And we'll most definitely be donating a ton of that. Oh, the Dragon's Eye Savants. It's a 2-mana 0/6 human wizard with morph. Reveal a blue card in your hand. When Dragon's Eye Savants is turned face up, look at target opponent's hand. It's a very humble card. Super humble. Everything is humble. I'm going to look at your hand and not take anything. I'm a borderline wall. I don't even attack here. Dragon's Eye Savants. Okay, we're going to donate a good 4 of those near the end of the show. We're going to... oh, no, sorry. We've got to go to a freebie. Wants a freebie. Big Squig wants a freebie. Keeper of the Lens. The Crystal Ball tells all. 1 mana, 1/2 golem. You may look at face-down creatures you don't control. He's so powerful that it's worthless. I don't know, how do I describe this card? It's a very powerful effect that will never be useful. It's like a weird... It's like one of those weird hidden talents you can do at home. Like balancing a saucer on your chin or something like that. You know, it's completely useless, but it's really hard to do. Next, we got Gillum with Emrakul, the Promised End. Emrakul, the Promised End, 13 mana, 13/13. Costs 1 less to cast for each card in each card type among cards in your graveyard. If you cast the spell, you gain control of target opponent during that player's next turn. After that turn, that player takes an extra turn, but not before I know everything in your hand. Flying Trample, protection from instants. The first thing people do is they try to blow up my own creatures. That's the first thing they try to think. Okay, do you have removal spells? Okay, can I kill your own stuff? Why kill with the super chat? Lobotomy really opens your opponent up. Literally or figuratively. 4 mana sorcery. Look at target player's hand and choose a card other than a basic land card from it. Search that player's graveyard, hand, and library for all cards with the same name as the chosen card and remove them from the game. Then that player shuffles their library. Put this on the number of cards that are borderline useless in Commander, because if you hit that card in their hand, that's it. There's no other ones. There's nothing conjured in the deck that is duplicated. What's funny is this effect has been out for so long since Invasion, and they've basically power crept this card. I want to say they more or less power crept the card out of the game. There's just a lot of other cards that do a similar thing that are just much cheaper. Much cheaper. We have Gorgon Dork, I think, talking about the Keeper of the Lens. Good thing we have geniuses like him to make cards for stupid non-prop Magic players. I don't get it. Next up, we've was this a super chat? It was a super chat. We go with Rin. Knowledge exploitation. Knowledge exploited, apparently. 7 mana tribal sorcery rogue. Prowl for 4 mana. Search target opponent's library for an instant or sorcery card. You may play that card without paying its mana cost. Oh, it's bribery for instants and sorceries. Then that player shuffles their library. Ooh. The most violating. Looking through your deck, playing your favorite cards. I may not even play the best card. I'll just play the card that you like the most. You're talking about and pumping up the entire pre-game, talking about how you're going to draw it soon. No, you're not going to draw it because I've drawn it. There'll be no drawing from you this time. Phil Goad with not why he was broken, but Jace the Mind Sculptor. Jace the Mind Sculptor, 4 mana, 3 loyalty, and +2. Look at the top card of target player's library. You may put that card on the bottom of that player's library. It was so insulting. if it was a good card, you're not allowed to have it. Go straight to the bottom. I usually just lost the game because of that damn thing. The -12 ultimate was not even necessary. Of course, it's got other abilities. You got a brainstorm. You have an unsummon, and I don't even know what to call this -12. You exile all cards from target player's library, and their hand becomes their deck. We got Tempest Efreet. Legitimately have the chance to expose and in real life steal a random card from your opponent. Oh, interesting. The anti cards. So for 4 mana, it's a 3/3 tap. Sacrifice the creature. Target opponent may pay 10 life. If that player doesn't, they reveal a card at random from their hand. Exchange ownership of the revealed card and Tempest Efreet. Put the revealed card into your hand and Tempest Efreet from anywhere into that player's graveyard. This change in ownership is permanent. Joke's on you! I just had a basic land in my hand. Thank you very much for your $10 Tempest Efreet, fool! If this card was legal, it'd probably be pretty expensive. Be big money. Okay, we got the Dark Ginger with Send Triplets. Thanks so much for your super chat. Oh, yeah, I forgot. Send Triplets can affect your library, right? No, I think I'm still thinking of a different card. This is a 5 mana 3/3. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose target opponent. This turn, that player can't cast spells or activate abilities and plays with their hand revealed. Oh no! You may play lands and cast spells from that player's hand this turn. Are we just controlling them? This turn, that player can't cast spells or activated abilities. You may play lands and cast spells. Oh no, this is only at my upkeep. I'm literally stealing their stuff. They can see right in front of me. Gorgon's going to specify. No, I was talking about how Corey Bowen is really smart and good at making cards, and how he is so much of a genius that he absolutely nailed the Spider-Man and Outlaw set. Oh, okay. That went way over my head the first time I read it. I was missing a lot of context. Super context. Random Mage, the Eternal Dominion. Eternal Dominion is... What is this? 8 mana? No, sorry. I can't count today. It's a 10 mana. Sorcery. Search target opponent's library for an artifact, creature, enchantment, or a land card. Put that card into play under your control. Then that player shuffles his or her library. Also has Epic. Which is Epic. Is this one? This is... We get to do this every turn. And it's artifact, creature, enchantment, or a land card. Oh, this thing's wild. This is actually interesting. This is a type of card you will permanently play card. You know what? I don't like the stuff in my deck. I'd actually prefer to play out of everybody else's decks. Thank you very much. You might even assemble somebody's combo before they do. Next we've got Lesthian with Juggle the Performance. This is an alchemy card. 3 mana sorcery. Each player discards their hand, then conjures a duplicate of each of 7 random cards from the library of the player to their right into their hand. Oh, interesting. That is just weird. The duplicates perpetually gain mana of any type, can be spent to cast this spell. This looks like a commander card, except it's not in a commander set. In fact, as far as I know, there's still, like, it's just a one-on-one game on Arena, isn't it? It's still just one-on-one and that's it. Next we got Prince of Winners, the Shared Fate. Shared Fate is a 5 mana enchantment. If a player would draw a card, that player removes the top card of an opponent's library from the game face down instead. Each player may look at and play cards he or she removed from the game with Shared Fate as though they were in their hand. That is just a weird card. So it's like, okay, you're not... I don't know how you even build a deck around this thing. So wait, you're going... Oh, I guess... What is it? This plus... What's that white creature? You can only play cards from your hand. Because these cards aren't technically going into your hand. It's the white card that's not banned in Commander, but everyone wants banned. I can't remember what it is because I never play with or against it. But I guess maybe that combos with this card. So it's the white 1/3 for 2 mana. Shared Fate is the best card ever. Just don't play win conditions. Also, it's missing as if you had mana of any color. Each player may look at and play cards he or she remove. Yeah, you need the mana. If you don't have the mana, you're screwed. Because these cards aren't going... What is the card? Does anyone remember? No one's helping me here. But anyway, that's the only way I can think of comboing with this card. Otherwise, this is pointless. Unless you put your a bunch of basic lands in your deck, you just try to play Shared Fate, and then that's it. Lock out the opponent. Hexnort says, "Oh god, Juggle the Performance was terrible. People would run deck full of just basic and discover lands to basically give the opponent nothing. That's hilarious." So it was a meme. It was a meme card. It's doing exactly what I think people were trying to do with Shared Fate. Next up, we have Corbinek with Stone Brain. I don't know if enough people play this card. Draneth Magistrate. Finally, someone answered. Yeah, so hold on, just not to go. Draneth Magistrate. Not to derail. Your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than their hands. So if you play Draneth Magistrate and Shared Fate, that's like a lock. No, wait, hold on. That's the opposite of what your opponents can't cast spells from anywhere other than... Hold on, this is stupid. Okay, my idea is dumb. This is the opposite. You don't want to play Shared Fate with that card. Draneth Magistrate for the combo with Shared Fate. It doesn't do anything. Oh no! It does do something. Yeah, that is the idea. That player removes the top card from face down instead. So the idea is they'll never draw cards anymore. Whatever cards that they play from their hand, that's it. No, it's a lock. It's a lock for both of you. Your opponent. No, this only affects the opponents, right? I think this only affects the opponents. It doesn't affect you. I'm gonna play my cards wherever I want to play the cards. Or does it forces a draw? Did I accidentally stumble into a draw or something? Yeah, it's only opponents. It also wouldn't force a draw. So maybe someone's winning on the board. Okay, the Stone Brain. 2 mana, legendary artifact. Pay 2, tap, exile the Stone Brain. Choose a card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for up to 4 cards with that name, and exile them. That player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. Activate only as a sorcery. So we're talking about like Lobotomy. Lobotomy is just worse than this card. In my opinion. I mean, there are ways of getting around this, but if you have just 4 mana open, you just go Stone Brain, exile it, and you go through their entire day. They don't even need to have the card in their hand. You just wipe whatever you need in their deck out, and it's great. Magistrate won't get banned. It's a stay. It'll stay a game changer. Oh, is it a game changer? It's Magic, people. Deal with it. Sometimes you have to deal with cards that don't let you play your cards. That's just how it is. But I'll tell you, if you want to play actually more cards than that, more cards than ever before, use Mana Traders, the premier place to rent Magic cards on Magic Online. If a new tournament breaks out and you want to play the new top deck, rent them digitally on Magic Online with Mana Traders. You can support the channel renting using my coupon code Nikachu_AHL for 40% cash back on your 3rd month subscription. It's a no-brainer. It's a no stone brainer, if you catch my drift. I Stone Brain Grease Fang and it was glorious. Oh, good. I hate that deck. I absolutely hate that deck. It's so frustrating. Okay, Fan Factor with Opposition Agent. That is a very rude card. Let me tutor my combo piece. No, you may not tutor anything. A 3 mana, 3/2 Flash Human. You control your opponents while they're searching their libraries. And while an opponent is searching their library. I hate how they worded this. While an opponent is searching their library, which is you, they exile each card they find, which is you. You may play those cards for as long as they remain exiled. Which is weird. It's like, who's you? Is it me or my opponent? Because I'm the one controlling their deck. And you may spend a mana as though it were a mana of any color to cast them. It's a very confusingly worded card. It's like, well, the opponent is searching their library, which is not them. It's actually me. Then when it says, you may play those cards. Who's playing those cards? Me or them? I control you. You can also just fail to find in response. No, we might as well take something. I'm going to swipe it. We got Hey Pullman with the Spy Network. I'm gonna I spy with my little eye. Okay, sorry, it's not a little eye. Apparently, it is a ginormous eye. Blue instant. Look at target player's hand. The top card of that player's library. What? Any face down creatures that they control, and look at the top 4 cards of your library, then put them back in any order. Holy cow! I spy with my little eye. Everything. Borderline everything. Faces Fan Forever. We already did that one. Sorry about that. It's been done. Felicia with Xanathar Guild Kingpin. The Kingpin. This is a Kingpin? It's a Keiko demon from Doom. 6 mana, 5/6 Beholder. I didn't know the Keiko demons were beholders. At the beginning of your upkeep, choose target opponent. Until end of turn, that player can't cast spells. You may look at the top card of their library anytime. You may play the top card of their library. So a lot of these cards, like, oh, you can look at your opponent's stuff. You can also take their stuff. And you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast spells this way. I take it all. Very inconspicuous. Very inconspicuous giant eyeball with big smiley face. We have Zachary here with the Apple of Eden. Isu Relic. Thank you very much, Zachary. This is a 4 mana legendary artifact. Tap, pay for life. Sacrifice Apple of Eden. Look at target opponent's hand and exile those cards face down. You may play those cards this turn, and mana of any type can be spent to cast them. Until end of turn, whenever you play a land or cast a spell this way, its owner draws a card. At the beginning of the next end step, return the exiled cards to their owner's hand. Activate only as a sorcery. I'm not gonna lie, this card reads like a custom Magic the Gathering card, except the only weird thing is that it's not a creature. I should actually really pay attention. I think like 95% of the custom Magic the Gathering cards are all creatures. Almost no one dares to design cards that are not creatures. I don't even know what I just read. We were paying for life. We're sacking this. Look at target opponent's hand. Exile those cards face down. All of them. You may play those cards this turn. All of them. I bet I need the mana for them. Until in turn, whenever you play a land or cast a spell this way, its owner draws a card. Ah, I see. So for every card I play, you get to draw a card. Funny how it works like that. We got Sam over here. What do you mean by this title? I know it's not legal, but Farewell to Arms copied makes for funny games, even though it's unset. No, unset cards need to be donated. You need to send a donate. No illegal cards. No, but it's about any card that can look at a hidden zone on the battlefield. Somebody's library, somebody's library, their sideboard, their hand, cards that are face down, and so on. Yeah, you steal someone's hand for a turn, which is a little weird. Whatever. We have Paces Fan Forever with the Cruel Entertainment. Is that the Rakdos card? Oh, it's not. 7 mana sorcery. Choose target player. And another target player. The first player controls the second player during the second player's next turn. Well, that's bizarre. So the player looking at the other person, it's not even necessarily you. And the second player controls the first player during the first player's next turn? Oh, I see. So each player gets to swap their turns by playing their other player's turn. And I get it. And you're the one who's like... I mean, you could be one of the players targeted. But anyway, it's a bit weird. You're the one you're sitting back watching the chaos unfold. Surefire Cells, honestly, most of my customs are enchantments, actually. You're the only exception. Voltland with Favored Enemies. Favored... Give you a very specific information. Very specific, huh? Green enchantment. As favored enemy enters the battlefield, note the most prevalent creature type in an opponent's library. What the hell? When favored enemy enters the battlefield, target creature you control fights up to one target creature you don't control. Whenever a creature an opponent controls of the noted type dies, put a +1/+1 counter on target creature you control. Note the most prevalent creature type in an opponent's library. Do you get to look at their library? It says note the most prevalent creature type. Like, I can't know that unless I actually look. I'm guessing you get to look at their deck. You two fight. It's possible they'll fight you. A lot of people talk about cruel entertainment. It's very possible that like the two players you target, I mean, just gonna wail on you, you know. That's what they do. The game just told you what the creature type opponent run the most. You don't get to look. Ah, okay. So that's the magic of like alchemy cards. They just let you know. Okay, the most common archetype is maybe like either a merfolk or wizard out of a Thassa's Oracle deck or something like that. I think because it is alchemy, it breaks a few rules. That way it can break everything. It is alchemy is the dungeon master. Okay, I think we're at Corpanic. We already did this one. We already did Lantern of Insight. Sorry about that. Leon Corgi with Villainous Wealth. This does take a look at hidden information. We have a 3-mana X sorcery. Target opponent exiles the top X cards of their library, and you can cast any number of spells with mana value X or less from among them without paying their mana costs. Okay, next we got Pacers Fan Forever. You didn't leave us for very long, Pacers. The kind? You mean Mindslaver? Hold on. Kind Slave. I assume this is an unset card. I knew it. Okay, Kindslaver, 5 mana legendary artifact. Remember, you get silver border cards and acorn cards if you super chat. 5 mana, tap, sacrifice Kindslaver. A person outside the game controls target player during that player's next turn. Neither player may advise that person until the end of the turn. Just relax. I brought in a substitute. I don't know how to make this like the most entertaining. Do you bring in a person who doesn't even play Magic? You look at the Pokemon player. Have you ever played Magic before? Come on over here. Play this player's turn for 1 turn. We'll guide you if you do anything super illegal. We did do opposition agent. Sorry about that, Marcio. Surefire ourselves with the knowledge exploitation. Did we do this one? Knowledge. We did some knowledge ones. No, we did knowledge exploitation. Gorgondork says, I stopped playing Arena because of Alchemy, to be honest. I stone cold stopped playing Historic because of Alchemy. I was like, I am not playing with these random cards. It just killed it for me. And I haven't looked back since. I was binging Historic for quite a while. I enjoy it. I was hoping they were going to make it a paper format. And then they just steered it off in a completely different direction. Your baby's sleeping in the other room. Guess who's gonna control your turn? For the kind slaver. Hey, random stranger, you're joining this pod. Sorry, that's the rules. That's what the card says. You got to read the kind slaver. Or like someone delivers the pizzas. Hey, you have a minute? We'll tip you an extra $5. We need you to resolve this kind slaver. And they're like, what the hell are you talking about? Next we got Toilet Duck with no 2 cards yet. Rev the Tithe Extractor. They collect the taxes, you say? Oh my god, who wouldn't want to give their taxes to her? It's a 4 mana 3/3 human rogue. Whenever you attack, target creature gains death touch until end of turn. Whenever 1 or more creatures you control deal combat damage to a player, create a treasure token. Then look at the top card of that player's library and exile it face down. You may cast that card for as long as it remains exiled. Your cards are going to be my cards now. Wait, you cannot guide the player with the kind slaver. That's right, we can't. Whatever they do, they do. Oh, really? Is that true? Like we can't even stop them from doing illegal stuff? Neither player may advise that person. I would assume that we got to prevent them from doing something illegal. Hexanort pointing out the waifus. Marcio, Beamtown Bullies. Oops, let's look. If you had to ask about it, it's probably not. It's a 4 mana 4/4 Vigilance Haste. Tap target opponent whose turn it is puts target non-legendary creature card from your graveyard onto the battlefield under their control. It gains haste. No, it has nothing to do with hidden zones. Nothing, nada, zip. Squadoosh. Surefire Cells, what about Telemann Performance? I've been trying to find a home for this one in my decks. Oh, you're one of those people, Surefire Cells. You're just trying to find a home for these poor cards that have been left out in the cold. They have to raise themselves around here. Anyway, this is a 5 mana sorcery. Target opponent reveals cards from the top of their library until they reveal a creature card. That player puts all non-creature cards revealed this way into their graveyard, and you get to put the creature into play under your control. That is definitely counts. They revealed a ton of cards. You got all that information. No player is allowed to break the rules. You must go back as best as you can. They might have been breaking all the rules. They'd be like, okay, I'm just going to play this big creature for no casting cost. Gorgondork says, would rather buy a box of commons and crap that will be around forever than spend time on a temporary format that feels like an experiment and is seemingly only ever going to be on Arena. No, that's the whole point. It's only going to be on Arena. It's for the Arena people. It's for the people that like a digital experience. And then, of course, there's the people who, if you like to go through all your bulk in your closet, you're also, by all means, you're welcome to do that too. We got Tororo with Siphon Insight. Did we look at this? Maybe I saw an art that looks similar, but it's not this. It's a 2 mana instant. Look at the top 2 cards of target opponent's library. Exile one of them face down and put the other on the bottom of that library. You may play the exiled card for as long as it remains exiled, and you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast that spell. I thought it was going to be like look at the top 2 cards of target opponent's library. You exile one, but then you get to put you like get to put the other card back on top. So you like put the land back on top and keep the goodies, keep the good stuff. Gorgon doesn't want bulk. I want good cards. Well, there are some good cards at common. There's a lot of bulk though at common. Okay, Hexenort, an exclusively alchemy player. You are representing every alchemy player in the world right now, Hexenort. Oh, tell us something about alchemy. It's fun to often conjure cards that are not even legal in the format you're playing. Well, they are legal because they're there and they've been conjured. It's quite a different world you have out there. Next, Corbinek. Tasha's hideous laughter. I guess every mill card. I mean, every mill card is actually really violating to players. Super violating. Not only get to see hidden zone cards, you're dumping them. 3 mana sorcery. Each opponent exiles cards from the top of their library until that player has exiled cards with total mana value to 20 or more. Boy, does this card look like it backfires in Commander. I could be wrong, but it looks like this card is just awful in Commander. Arena neutered my Cauldron Familiar in Alchemy. Oh, I'm sorry about that, Samuel. Sorry about that. But I'll tell you what, you can still play that Cauldron Familiar as Richard Garfield intended in Pioneer. Paper basically does the conjuring with the prepared spells. No, it's not the same. The cards are not in your deck. Like, you can't put the cards in your hand and stuff like that. It's not the same. We got Micah with Possibility Storm. It's 5-mana enchantment. Whenever a player casts a spell from their hand, the player exiles it, then exiles cards from the top of the library until they exile a card that shares a card type with it. That player may cast the card without paying its mana cost. Then he or she puts all cards exiled with Possibility Storm on the bottom of their library in a random order. But I know about them now. I know. I understand your tricks. I've seen those tricks before. Kagan with the super chat. With been a while since I've been here. It's like you never left, Kagan. Clairvoyance. Happy you're back though. How long have you been gone? Clairvoyance is... It's a blue instant. Look at target player's hand. Draw a card at the beginning of the next turn's upkeep. This is like... Isn't this like Urza's Bauble? Oh no, the difference is this costs a mana and you get to look at their entire hand. Gorgon says, it just seems weird that like the boomers are getting mad at Commander for existing because they think Standard is dying / the game is changing. So they pushed Standard on Arena for a different format. No, the boomers are angry because the power creep of cards being printed for Commander is warping competitive formats. You know, back in my day, games were won with strategy and thinking, and now sometimes someone just puts like, okay, 3 mana bomb, 2 mana bomb, 1 mana bomb. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't deal with that. Well, I guess you lose. That's magic. That's magic now. Whereas in Commander, those cards are like, they're doable. You know, it's still a game. Next, we've got Fan Factor. Their second card, the Xanathar Guild Kingpin. Literally look at it. Oh, we did that one. You weren't here? I swear you were here. Huh? I thought Commander cards are usually bad and constructed. Some of them are outrageously, not some, many are outrageously broken now. Just outrageously broken. The old Commander cards were bad. But like the new cards, oh, they're deadly. David Sampson with Head Games. So that's why boomers get angry at Commander. And Wizards is basically primarily designing the game for the Commander players now. Why kill? Bingo, we did that. Head game's a 5-mana sorcery. Target opponent puts the cards from their hand on top of the library, then search that player's library for that many cards. The player puts those cards into their hand when they shuffle their library. Isn't this the type of card you can just fill their hand with lands? Like I now redistribute your entire hand into basic lands, right? Gorgon says, yeah, but couldn't they fix that by just putting more R&D team work into just standard instead of also trying to do this other new format that only exists to like a small percentage of MTG players? What other format are you talking about? Are you talking about alchemy? Anyway, they are putting R&D effort, and the effort is to just push the power level of the game. When they design a set, they design the set so that it's like they think they're making an interesting standard format, but also cards that overlap in Commander. This experiment has failed miserably, at least for the competitive players. It's done great for Commander players. They're thrilled. Marcio with the super chat. Thanks so much for your super chat, Marcio. Have we done? So we have not done surgical extraction. There's not much info than not much more info than that. Otherwise, don't know that you get a lot of info out of that one. This is a 2-mana instant. Choose target card in a graveyard other than a basic land. Then you search its owner's graveyard handed library for any number of the cards with the same name as that card and exile them. Then that player shuffles. Is this card still like legitimate? Oh my god! This card is like $1. This card is $1? Well, I got hosed. I swear to God, I spent $30 each on these cards. Like, it was a long time ago. It was like 7 years ago. But I still spent like $70 on these things. Oh, my foils must be worthless now. Absolutely worthless. Gorgon Dork says, yeah, okay, yeah, I understand. As a Commander player, I can get why standard players are mad. And yeah, I meant alchemy. I mean, I don't know how big the environment is for alchemy. It might be huge. We have Hexenord over here. Hexenord loves alchemy. Hexenord also loves the Undercity Plunder. Undercity Plunder, 2-mana sorcery, also from alchemy. Target opponent discards a card, then they may discard an additional card. But you don't get to see them. If they don't, conjure a duplicate of a random card from their library into your hand. If perpetually gains, you may spend mana as though it were mana of any color to cast this spell. How many alchemy players do you think there are, Hexenord? Maybe I can quickly Google search this. How many people actively play MTG alchemy on Arena? Uncle Google knows everything. They don't publish the exact details. Real-time player accounts for specific formats indicate which is a niche. Google's not giving me anything. Active player snapshot. In a snapshot of game volumes from a late 2023 analysis from untapped.gg, Alchemy boasted roughly 41,000 games in a best of 1 and 99,200 in best of 3. It's not giving me enough data. I don't know how many people play this damn thing. Alchemy's bigger than at least Timeless and Pioneer player, I think, last time they revealed it. That's just weird. I feel like alchemy only exists to keep arena whales occupied. Well, I mean, it's also there for standard, right? I feel like arena is just like the default place for standard. Like if you want to play standard, play it on arena. It's like the digital format for standard. It has just become a digital format. Jigra with the Necromentia. It's like Dementia, but necrotized. Is a 3-mana sorcery. Choose a card name other than a basic land card name. Search target opponent's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with that name, and exile them. That player shuffles their library, then creates a 2/2 black zombie creature token for each card exiled from their hand this way. Very violating. We got Kagan with another super chat. Skybreen. This came up last game with my buds. What the hell is this? These plane chase cards? It's a beautiful looking card. but they are weird to me. Players play with the top card of their libraries revealed. Oh no, it's a Lantern of Insight for everybody. Spells that share a card type with the top card. Hold on. Spells that share a card type with the top card of a library can't be cast? What? So like if someone has like land, creature, artifact, enchantment, you just can't play any of them? This is brutal. This looks so bad to play with. For as long as there's one creature on top of the deck, this plus Sensei's Divining Top looks like a lock. Plane Chase and 60 count is how Magic is supposed to be played, right? I'm not sure. Lands can still be played. Players play the top card. Players that spells that share a card type of the top card of a library can't be cast. Okay, it's cards that have to be cast. We can still play our lands. Thank God. Thank God we can do that. We at least had. They didn't take that from us. Next up, we got Benjamin Berkey with Shimian Spectre. Shimian Spectre. I don't know what a Shimian is. 4 mana, 2/2 Spectre, flying. Whenever Shimian Spectre deals combat damage to a player, the player reveals their hand. You choose a non-land card from it. Search that player's graveyard, hand, and library for all cards with the same name as that card and exile them. Then that player shuffles their library. Oh my God, this is way more brutal than Hypnotic Spectre. They're going to take your card. They're going to take all the cards that come with it. We got Micah with X. Thanks so much for your super chat. Is it going to find this card? There's so many cards with NX. Okay, hold on. Maybe if I got to put the exclamation point in front of it. Will that work? It will. We got X. This is a 2 mana 2/2 human spy. As long as X is in X's owner's opponent's hand, X's owner may cast X and activate X's abilities. That opponent can't cast X and plays with his or her hand revealed. For 2 mana, tap. Put X into target opponent's hand. Very bizarre. For 5 mana, you may play a card in the same hand as X without paying its mana cost. This is just the jankiest card of all time. We did do Jace the Mind Sculptor. Maybe he's a big Twitter fan. Yeah. Formerly was named Twitter. Now has to be named X instead. I'm still not used to calling it X. It just like I'm getting around to it, but it just feels weird. We got follower of Bottom. Do you even get like one card in the first place? We got Revelation. There's a lot of revelation. We need the revelation. The revelation of all. There it is. Okay, it's a green enchant world. Players play with their hands revealed. Oh, it's telepathy. It's just green telepathy. That's cool. Didn't even know that existed. Green telepathy exists. There's a color pie break. This is almost what's it called? Chaos World or what was the set called where everything was breaking the color pie? Planar Chaos. That's what it was. Planar Chaos. It almost looks like a Planar Chaos card. Just slap that logo on it. It's virtual Planar Chaos. Maybe we should have a show like that. Planar Chaos that wasn't Planar Chaos. What if you're not playing in a table? Any rulings for that with Revelation? Oh, all players play with their cards in their hands face up on the table. Yeah, what if we're playing on the carpet? What if we're playing on the ground, the floor? You know, my commander buddies, were the place that we stay at, my friend was moving, and there's no table. And I said, well, that's no problem. Like, we just play Magic the old-fashioned way, on the ground. And then one of the people in the commander group was like, if we're playing on the ground, I'm out. And then with the rest of them, we're ganging up on it. What, were you too good for the floor? You too good for sitting and playing Magic the old-fashioned way on the floor? Micah says, Planar Chaos, what? That wasn't Planar Chaos, aka the upcoming Reality Fracture set. Yeah, in spirit of that. I used to play on the carpet all the time. That's how I started. We didn't play on tables. Actually, we played on the carpet or the pool table. When I first started playing Magic, we never actually played on an actual table. It was either the ground or the pool table. And I don't really consider the pool table to be an actual table. Old boy with psychic surgery. Psychic Surgery is a 2-mana enchantment. Whenever an opponent shuffles his or her library, you may look at the top 2 cards of that library. You may exile one of those cards. Then put the rest on top of that library in any order. Whenever they shuffle their library? I don't get it. Is it after or before? Whenever an opponent shuffles the library, you may look at the top 2 cards of the library. You may exile one of the cards, then put the rest on top of the library in any order. It has to be after they shuffle. There would make no damn sense to do it before it, because if you put the card on top, then they're just gonna shuffle it away. Oh. Yeah, I played a whole lot of ground magic growing up. Ground magic! You aren't a real magic player unless you played ground magic. Prince of Winter is Bitter Ordeal. The hell is this? Sorcery. Search target. It costs 3 mana. Search target player's library for a card and remove that card from the game. Then that player shuffles the library. Oh, but it's got Gravestorm. What is it? When you copy the spell for each permanent put into a graveyard this turn. Death triggers galore. I guess. Summon to 4C with Vexing Arcanex. Vexing Arcanex. 4 mana artifact. Pay 3. Tap. Target player names a card, then reveals the top card of the library. If it's the name card, the top card of the library. If it's the name card, the player puts it into their hand. Otherwise, the player puts it into their graveyard, and Vexing Arcanex deals 2 damage to them. So I can target somebody else. Target player names a card, then reveals the top card of their library. If it's the name card, they get it. Otherwise, they put it in the graveyard. Ah, interesting. This is a very bizarre card. It almost feels like it's a super crappy Charbelcher. This is a new song. It's actually an old song. I just don't use it very often. I actually don't know if anyone likes it, so that's why I don't use it very often. Anyway, it's a good way to end the show. Okay, we have super chats. Compliments of Baron. We have a good solid 4 of them. All right, so there's actually some people who don't have a card at all. So let's get to them. Mindslaver, we've done Mindslaver. Sorry about that, Meteor Storm. Who else didn't get a card? We got Nathan with Pulse of the Dross. Pulse of the Dross, a 3 mana sorcery. Target player reveals 3 cards from his or her hand, and you choose one of them. Hopefully they only have 3 cards left. That player discards that card. Then if that player has more cards in hand than you, return Pulse of the Dross to its owner's hand. Weird. Very weird hand discard. Basically like hand discard with buyback. We gotta even the game down. I'm gonna grind your hand down. Okay, we're gonna give super chat to Why Kill with The End. Oh my god, there's a lot of The End cards. There's no The End. How do I look up this thing? The End. Oh, there it is. There is a card called The End. Once upon a time, The End. 4 mana instant. This spell costs 2 less to cast if your life total is 5 or less. Exile target creature or planeswalker. Search its controller's graveyard, hand, and library for any number of cards with the same name as that permanent and exile them. That player shuffles, then draws a card for each card exiled from their hand this way. Exile the creature. Keep the information. Mercenary with shared... oh, we did shared fate already. A lot of duplicates today for a show that has like millions of like cards that you could choose from. What's interesting, a lot of people didn't choose any like super obvious ones. What would be the gameplay if running Vexing Arcanex? What was that? Was that the artifact? A little. What would the? I don't know. It could be put in a burn deck. Maybe. Just a way of like. It's like I don't know. It's like a crappy. You know what it is? It's like crappy cursed scroll. So you'll have to name a card. If you're wrong, you get, or sorry, you. It's actually a little bit different, but you know, there's naming cards. Someone gets punished with damage, and so on. Rin says it's super devastating if the end can hit an earth-bended basic land. My lands. Okay, Benjamin Berkey with Cabal Therapy. You get a super chat. Wizards just canceled store championships for the Marvel set. Did they? Man, this game is just going... This game is just... They're taking away everything that's good in this game. Okay, Cabal Therapy. Black Sorcery. Name an online card. But you know what? Whether you're right or wrong, target player reveals their hand and discards all cards with that name. Also, you can flash it back by sacrificing a creature. Next... Okay, I'm gonna take a random. Okay, we have one more donated super chat. I guess we're gonna give it to Mercenary. Mercenary didn't get a card at all. Word of Command. Is that the eyeballs? It is. Eyeball card. Double black instant. Look at target opponent's hand and you choose a card from it. You control the player until Word of Command finishes resolving. The player plays that card if able. While doing so, the player can activate mana abilities only if they're from lands he or she controls, and only if mana they produce is spent to activate other mana abilities of lands he or she controls and or play that card. If the chosen card is cast as a spell, you control the player while that spell is resolving. What in the hell? These cards that control other people, I'm telling you, they're all weird. The wording is just scrambles my brains, turns it into mush. But I'll tell you what isn't mush. Well, I mean, you could call it a little bit of mush. Is the schedule of the show: Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays, 9 a.m. Central Standard Time. Or you want to be here on the evening? We gotcha. Tuesdays, Thursdays at 8 p.m. Central Standard Time. Thanks to everyone who supports the show. If you're a patron on Patreon, a member on YouTube, or you super chat to be part of the show, super chat so other people are part of the show. And also, we also have to thank everyone who gives suggestions here. What would this show be without all of you? Oh my goodness. We have people like Rin and Mercenary and Benny and Old Boy. We have Benny again, Benjamin Berkey, Hexanort. Oh yeah, we have different Bennies here. Bennies, we are oozing Bennies. We have David Sampsons and Mercenaries and the Big Squig. We also have 124C. We got Nathan in the house and many more. So as usual, my coffee crew, keep brewing those coffees, and we're gonna keep brewing up the magic. Take care of yourselves, and I will see you at the next cup.